All right, you too. Hey guys, happy Monday night. Welcome to Monday Night Slot Cars. Hope everybody starts the week started off fairly decent. You know, I know how Mondays are, but hopefully you were looking forward to tonight's show like I was. If you know anything about me, I love going down trips down memory lane. So this ought to be a fun night for those of us that are TYCO fans, and even if you're not a TYCO fan, HO cars or trains, at least if you do watch, you will be maybe eyes opened up to maybe some of the different products that TYCO offered in the mid to late 70s. So let's see who all we got in here. Wow, we got a big conversation going on already. I was setting up the camera so I didn't have a chance to read. Hey, there's Adam. Hey, Mayor. Hey, Keith. Hey, Steve. Hey, Rich. Hey, Dave. Mike Oliver. Mike Roth. Dave Matthews, the dude. B-Rad, Brad. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Hey, there's Dell. Hope you and the family are doing well, Dell. Oh, and thank you for sending me that listing on that track. I called and left a voicemail. I haven't heard anything back. I got a bunch of dirt on my sweatshirt. Oh, you mean that Mustang? Hey, Easy. Hey, PBG&J. Hey, John M. and James H. Hey, Ridge Runner. Hey, Dennis. I got your email, man. I'm sorry to hear it. Everyone give it up to poor Dennis and send out your prayers. He lost a member of his family. He had to put his sweet dog down. And as you guys know, I'm a dog guy, and I know how that is. So, Dennis, my heart goes out to you and your family. Hope your dad's continuing on the path to recovery, and things start on their way up for you. But my heart goes out to you for losing your pet, my friend. Hey, Andy. Oh, nice, Mayor. I haven't had a chance to watch the Ramble. But if you haven't had a chance to watch the Ramble, that's okay, because after this show, if you're still wanting your slot car fix, go by and stop and check in with Todd with TYCO Racing. And it's metal, man. It's Metal Monday Ramble. It's always a good way to check out. He always has some new slot car channels of all scales that he discovers, and he tries to promote them to get people to try to encourage them to subscribe and to encourage them to keep making videos, because as any of you know that have a channel, if you make videos, if you don't get a lot of views on stuff, sometimes it's discouraging that you're thinking, why am I going through all this trouble to do it? And I know there's several times on this particular channel that I felt that way, but you just got to push through. And the best way to push through is to have new people join your channel and to give you support that you're doing a good job and to keep up the good work. So be sure and stop by and check out TYCO Racing, and check out his Monday Ramble for the list of new slot car channels that he's discovered on YouTube. Yeah. I still get little memories of Phoenix every so often, so I know exactly what that's like. Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm still doing with the Movember here, the No Shave November, support my fellow man and cancer survivors, and telling them to keep up the good fight, and men's mental health, which I think we could all use at this point in time. But it is getting really, really itchy, and I don't know how much longer I can take it. So unless it gets past that itching stage real soon, you may see a clean-shaven Scott on Saturday, because I can't taste this much more. I'm just sitting here doing this all the time. Hey, Kimber. Hey, there's Mark. I haven't seen Captain Fishtail in here yet, but if he is watching later, Devin, I reached out to Mark today, and he decided that he wanted to go with the Rest Me Red. So I've got a Rest Me Red Mustang heading his way. And so everybody in the chat here, you got to go by and encourage Mark to look what do a little video of look what he got as a gift from Devin from the house of Scott's House of HO Racing, and make him get that Auto World on the track and show it off. Hey, Mike. Hey, Steffi. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Zim. Hey, Rick. Movember is only a mustache. Well, you know, it's for beards or mustaches. Read up on it, Rich. I'm not going with the molestache. I can hardly wait. See, look at the excitement that he's got. And he knows that it's going to be like waiting until Christmas to get it with my postal service. So he's going to have at least a week to 10 days of anticipation. I bet as soon as he read my text and told me what color, he ran to his wife and said, honey, you won't believe it. I've got a new Auto World Mustang heading our way. And I'm sure she was thrilled. Illegal bills with the new Auto World. He'll have to test it up against one of those super extractions, Adam. That deserves a drink of Mountain Dew. Sorry, I just got a commercial on my YouTube, so I'm assuming that I'm not the only one. Oh, nice, KP. That's a beautiful color. Motion Raceworks recently gave away one of those. I'm sure the competition will be shaking in their boots. LX Coyote swap. No, don't do either one of those things, Mike. Get you a Godzilla and stick with a V8. Hey, Randy. Hope you and Danny are doing well. The man Randy has been pumping out videos like nobody's business. They keep popping up in my suggested videos. And I'm going to help our viewership out real quick, and I'm going to get it on the TV. And then that way I can see what you guys are seeing. And then we might be able to get this show on the road. Oh, better mute it. There we go. Oh, my bad. I'm giving you crap. Shaving time when whiskers get in your mouth. Yeah, no, yeah. Hey, Klein Racing Car Design. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Appreciate it. A Terminator. Ooh, now we're talking. Don't put no little bow tie on a mighty Mustang. I'm just saying. I mean, it's everybody's own car. They can do what they want to do, but you know, stay Ford blue. Hey, Kevin, thank you for showing up, man. All righty. So let's get this party started because I do have 4 books and I don't know how long it's going to take to go through them because obviously I have stories. Thanks, Easy. Hey, Patrick, thank you for showing up, buddy. So if you didn't notice from the thumbnail, I've got 75 through 76 on one book. I've got 77, 79, and 80 on the other. So the only year I'm missing from 75 through 80 is 78. And so now I know what I need to start trying to look for. Obviously older ones and newer than 80, but 78 would be pretty cool to have everything from 75 to 80 in there. And so basically what these are what I would call dream catalogs. They don't have a lot of the tips and tricks like we had with the AFX book from last week, last Monday night show. But what it does have is almost every single product that they have and or going to offer for that particular year. So it was kind of like a future of the look forward to see what was coming out and get you prepped to start saving your nickels and dimes and everything, and mowing lawns or whatever, to try to save your money to buy the new latest slot car track, train, box car. I haven't seen Paul in here, but he should be looking at this to replace some of the ones he crashed into. And I haven't seen Bob with the Electric Avenue in here, but I wanted to say thank you, Bob, for sending me that clip. I literally laughed out loud. Exactly, B-Rad. $75 in slot cars, that'd make me about 7 or 8, man. I don't know. I'm gonna move something. Oh, okay, no problem, Rich. Well, have a good night, buddy. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, he's watched the football game. Oh, okay. The double secret package. No, I haven't gotten anything yet, Keith. But I'm waiting to see the new modified or Betty. Oh, 7 or 8 years old and 75. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mayor. I didn't know if you were trying to refer to 6 or 7 and you were trying to move it to 7 or 8. I tickle myself when I do it. Yeah, I'm 67. So, yeah, I would have been 8 years old approximately. More like 7 when they released the book, because like I said, they used to do it at the end of the previous year to the year that they were advertising for. So 6 or 7. Crack me up. All right. So I'll get off the kids 6 or 7 humor and quit tickling myself, and I'll swing the camera around here. I can't stand it. That's why you have to do it, Mayor, because if the young kids see us all doing this and laughing about it, they're going to quit. Just like what our parents did to us whenever we used to do whatever was popular back in our decade. So, keep on trucking. Hey, man. And then I'm from the era of the dude, from Spicoli and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Hey, dude. So, there were several things that I know that I burned my parents out on. And when they started using them, I knew that was time to quit. So that's what I'm hoping with the 6 and the 7. I said hoping. All right. So we're going to work our way up through the year. So like I said, here's the 75, 76, 77, 79, missing 78. And then obviously we got 80 there. So let's move these off of here. That way I can move this around. We're at my niece's day party last night, and there were 10 children screaming 6 or 7 all night. No, I haven't seen that one, Mayor. I'm not on TikTok, but I can only imagine anything you can do that will embarrass your kids, they will instantly quit doing it if it's something popular. Okay, so I may have to do something like that. Yeah, there we go. So I'll kind of hold it up. So didn't plan on holding it up, so that's why I'm trying to fit it in the camera. Trying to get rid of that glare for you guys. There we go. That's kind of centered, and that's kind of good, and that's kind of where I can hold it. All right. Ooh, a WS6, the handling package. So here we have the wonderful world of TYCO from 75 to 76. Just cool stuff in the main pictures right off the bat, showing all the manufacturing, the assembly, obviously different trains and stuff like that. Get you all enthused and excited for the train section. Here we go. Here's the train tracks. And I've done this book before, but I'm going to do it again. I won't spend as much time on it since we've got other books to go through. Read it to us like a bedtime story, Uncle Scott. And then, kids, the TYCO gods created all these wonderful trains, and the little boys and girls dreamed every night of their parents buying it and sticking it under the Christmas tree and hoped that Santa would bring it if they didn't. That's about as much as I got. So there's your story time. Once there was a conductor or a no. Wrong channel. Yeah, those are great looking trains. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. So yeah, I dreamed of having a lot of trains, and like I said, I've got this Union 70 or this 1776, the 200-year anniversary of our wonderful country. But neither one of them run, so I'd have to work on them. So I am going to look and try to find this complete train set, just because of its country historical value. And then if you guys have ever priced HO train sets, these passenger cars that light up with this Amtrak and stuff like this, these are the high dollar trains. Those and these old fashioned ones like that one there. What's that say? The Shifters Freight or something like that. Yeah, whatever. I have one of those as my original train from whenever I was a kid, the Clementine. But irregardless, I like I said, I love the HO trains. I'm giving Paul a hard time because he crashed into his, but that was going to be my goal, is to have a train track running around my my slot car track. In scale is a rabbit hole. Take them to bed with them. Wow. And there's my wonderful one that I just mentioned, in the 1776, the bicentennial anniversary. I don't have that shell. I do have the car loader, and I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got that. But I just soon have the whole track set itself. It's only a figure 8. But people, I'm not the only one that feels nostalgic. So a lot of people like that. Kenton's got me jealous because he's got the chassis system, and I always dreamed about having that engine. There's another theme on this one down here, the Spirit of America, and it's passenger cars, which is pretty cool. I've never even seen that one for sale. The Dixie Rebel, I've never even seen it for sale either, and I can see why right now with that intricate locomotive engine. So even though these were made by maybe the millions or the hundreds of thousands, I relate to all of this older stuff to like cars from today. So in 1974 and 75, you could have bought a Pinto and a Monza and a Vega. Now I'm going to ask you guys, how many of those Pintos, Monzas, and Vegas do you still see on the road? Okay, well, those were driven by adults, and these are toys. So I'd say they're both about as hard on each as the other. So there's my point, is a lot of this stuff just disappears because of age, destruction, and whatever else. So getting more and more collectible all the time. I do have the Santa Fe track set. There's another one, the Chattanooga. I don't have it, but that'd be a nice one to have. It's got some unique cars in it. Oh, nice. Vega rear-ended Pinto. Two down. Yeah. Yeah. You did want to rear-end a Pinto. That'd be bad news. So here's a sample of what I used to do whenever I was a kid. And this is no lie. I would start off in the morning after, Saturday morning cartoons whenever I was real young. And then I was fortunate enough to have a TV in my own bedroom. So then I'd put on cartoons, and then I would sit there and assemble a train track and a race track. And they were never the same every time. And I didn't have one of the crossing tracks to where the train could cross over the track. So I always made it go over and under. on the track with the bridges and stuff like that. But so as a kid, several mornings on Saturday mornings, I can remember, in Saturday afternoons, having the train going around the track and me pseudo racing myself on whatever track layout that I did. There's another larger version of the chassis layout with a switch track and an inner loop, kind of like what Paul's got going on. I think he's got 3 loops going on his. Unlike Lionel, it was a disposable toy. Yeah. So obviously, TYCO is big into the trains. So if you were into trains and not slot cars, this was something that you dreamed about. And you can see it's an old book. It's starting to fall apart. So I got to be gentle with it. But this was something I saw, and I knew that I wanted a train layout like this, but I also wanted my slot car track with it. So, this is the kind of stuff that sets the imagination going in my book. And this is what I thought was really cool, is it would give you the parts and the layout so that you knew what switches to get for what design of track you wanted, the part numbers. They'd tell you what buildings went where if you wanted to do their TYCO models for your diorama, how to do a street layout. They even sold a mat that you could lay down, and it had fake 3D printing of grass and roads and stuff, and you could put your train on it. I don't know if they show that in here or not, but that was pretty cool. So here we have a lot of the accessories. Oops, sorry, I dipped a little bit and got some glare. My apologies. So yeah, I do have the loader there. Got that. 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 Don't have any of that. Got both of those. Got that. Got that. Don't have that. And once again, there's that layout again, and they tell you how to get all the whole layout itself. I believe that's what it was. Yeah. Ceramic, or what's it say here? I'll just pull it out. Operating train layout. So yeah, there it is right there. You could actually buy the whole layout, and it had a part number. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I dream of finding some of this stuff for the prices that they have in the catalogs. Here's the really cool one here. This the engines in the Bach cars were the ones that really got my trigger going. So like I mentioned, I've got these engines here. Yeah, there's the chassis again, a couple of them. The Santa Fe's, I've got some of them. Don't know about much others. Yeah, I got one like that. I don't think that's another Santa Fe version. I never see these trolleys. And I've never seen this green train or the blue train, so that must mean it's really high dollar. Anybody that's watching, seen, or know anybody that has any of these, like, really super? I mean, those trains have got to be rare. I've never even seen them. Yeah, $16. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Mayor. If you watched the Monday night show, whenever I was showing off my track sets, I showed off I had the Rock Island train set still in the box. And that was really cool. It was one of those one owner deals. So I don't know if you guys ever had one of those displays at your hobby shop, but I did, and it was always half sold out or unfilled, whichever the case may be. And then, the beautiful box cars. Yeah, you could literally just spend thousands of dollars. This is to train owners. and collectors, it's my guess that their locomotives and their box cars are like slot cars are to the slot car enthusiast. You can never have too many of them. And judging by this, it would dig into your wallet about as bad too. And there's more of those passenger cars, and some of those actually light up. So they get pretty pricey when they light up. Obviously, the more popular name brand product it is, the more popular the box car is. So some of your pricey ones, as an example, are your Coca-Cola. Shell is expensive. Comparatively speaking, Pepsi, Ajax, Planters Peanuts. Yeah. Starkist tuna. So yeah, this is just awesome to me, that's why whenever you guys said you wanted to do this tonight, I was like, yes, because I like I said, it just reminds me of being a kid and opening up one of these books and dreaming. Oh yeah, Kimber, that's what it is. Yeah, exactly, B-Rad. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on some of the chat. Never have enough trains. Nope. You're right, Dennis, and she's right too. So here we finally made it to the slot car section for those people that were just bored out of their minds with the train stuff. So we have our standard figure eight. We have our helix here, the twin figure eight, basically. Then you have your more traditional, a bunch of curves and very few straights. But here are some of the different layouts that you could actually do. This one actually, I think, has almost as much straightaway as this one, and it's a bigger track. And then I do have some of the TYCO bank curves, but I don't have from when they were the TYCO era. And so I need to try to get some of them. But I know a lot of people don't like banks. I love my banks. And there they are. There's track sets that had them in them. Yeah. Here's another track set. Now this one was I have the Gotcha, the Catch Me and Gotcha, the Pinto, and the Vega funny cars, but I did not have this track set. And those things can get really pricey if you're trying to buy them if they're in good shape, because they have water slide stickers on them. And you can see right there, this one was advertised on TV because it was a dual track. You could turn it into a drag strip or try to run those things around these corners. And in case you guys didn't know, those are TYCO Pro chassis, Pro 2s. So they kind of sucked going around corners. Fast in a straight line, though. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Nice big. This one kind of reminds me of Todd Toju Racing, his 132nd layout that he's got going on. 4-lane, double eight. Then obviously you could mult it out, but I always dreamed of having a 4-lane track, and obviously now I have one. But it was these books and Aurora and AFX that really got me going. Here's the, if you remember on the last Monday show, I showed the TYCO speed timer and the calculator that it came with. There it is right there. So this was one of your higher dollar sets because it's really big. It came with the timer, the lap counter, the joystick controllers, and bank corners. So back in the day, this was one of your premium. Yeah, Empire 1000 Pro Racing. Yeah, that pretty much tells me it was one of the big ones. Well, obviously, it was the biggest one for the year. So here's some awesome cars. There's the shifter that Mr. Murphy donated to me and gifted me. Thank you again, James, for that. There, I've got a couple of those Moto Roar sound towers on my track. You've seen them. My hobby shop used to have one of these, and it had those little bubble cases. And I just used to sit there and drool. And yeah, it's kind of cool to look through all these older cars and then try to figure out which ones you actually have. So, so I've got all of those. I've got all of them, but these two right here don't have the truck or the bug. I don't have that one, but I have the other three. So, what, five? Five on this page I don't have? That's pretty cool. Like I said, young Scott would love old Scott. And here's something, you guys, I didn't know if you guys knew about or not, but them actually doing model cars, larger scale, complete, and high detailed collector type cars. I never even knew they did it until I was flipping through this book. But they do look very detailed. Not something I'm into. I like smaller die casts, but yeah, they're metal. Let's see. Yeah, they even have working components. The steering, suspension are operational. The brake pedal operates the four wheels. The handbrake is independent and operates separate. Brake shoes on the rear wheels. That's crazy. The headlamps are lit from the dashboard. The drop hood, bonnet, and luggage rack can be opened. The side windows can be opened by turning the handles. The crankshaft with connecting rods, pistons, and pins operate by turning the starting handle at the same time from the generator magneto. These things ran. These things were actual runners. That's insane. I never knew that. These all ran. Everything I read was on this one right here. That's crazy. The windows roll up and down with the little crank mechanisms. The brakes have brake shoes on it. Holy sh! Yeah, that's probably why I never heard of them, is because my parents probably saw how much they cost and didn't want to even buy one of them because they didn't want to buy the second one. That's crazy. $90 for these things, Mayor? That's not bad, actually, if it runs. Yeah, 120 has a used car, yeah. I never even took the time to read one of those descriptions until just now. So I had no idea that those were actual motors that ran. That's insane. Wow. So mind blown. Scott just learned something. And then once again, the very back page. Look again, 905. Oh, let me see what it says. Oh, yeah, there they are. Yeah, $100. $200 for that bad boy. And $150. Yeah, so there's a good reason why Scott didn't have any of these. Right there. Oh, $905 today. Oh, I believe that. That's insane. That's crazy. Wow. All right, so let's see if 1977 holds anything for us. That's wild. The old Coming Around the Mountain, the Chattanooga Choo Choo. I do have one of those train sets. That's pretty cool to see that we're moving up years. I've got that track set that came with both of those cars, believe it or not. They're lighted curb huggers. Pretty cool. Let's flip in and get started. Yeah, dude, that is a lot of slot cars for that money. Back in the day when you could buy a slot car for $5. So once again, I'm guessing this is the bad boy that's really expensive. I do see the midnight special every so often. I do have that Rock Island complete train set. Got a Santa Fe complete train set. I don't have a Burlington Northern one though. The Golden West. That one looks pretty cool if you ask me. Chattanooga Choo Choo. I do have this train set. It's not in the box. If you find them you find them in the box, that's even better. But they actually advertised this one on TV, and I always wanted it because it had the Maxwell House. There it is, the Maxwell House train billboard sound maker. So basically, if you don't know what's going on, you could push that little button right there, and then the sign makes a sound like a train horn. Too damn much, according to your parents. I hear you. I was lucky to get what I got. Yeah, let alone trying to ask $200 for one car. Yeah. The Durango, I think I've got that engine and the caboose, and obviously I have the box cars, but I don't have the complete train set. There's another Rock Island, the elevated with the telephone pole towers, the elevation in the telephone poles, standard figure 8, and that was a little dinky oval. Now here we go. Now we're talking, getting some good accessories. So it actually had a bridge, had the horn, and then we had the cattle. I have seen this track for this whole complete set for sale, and that engine by itself brings almost $100 with the caboose. So, but the good news is even though I don't have that, I do have the cattle car and the truck and the little moo cows. Then I do have a Maxwell House. I've got a couple of those. Got me a Santa Fe, but I don't have this bad boy. The Royal Blue with smoke. That's pretty cool. My Clementine TYCO train has smoke with it, and it still has some still left in the bottle. There's the little crossover track, the Santa Fe loader, the log loader. Yeah. And this one had a switch track in it, which was cool. So you go inner and outer. Another basic oval. Oh, here we come. Yeah, if you can find these bad boys here in really good shape that still run, that still have the fake little electrical connectors on the top for back in the day, this train set right here, it brings money. This one right here, this Chattanooga, it brings money. People love the old time engines. Yeah. Another one of those switch tracks. There's not a lot to this track. It's just an oval on the Amtrak one. The money's in the like the slot cars. It's not the track, it's the cars. Well, in train tracks, it's not the track, it's the trains and the box cars. And in this case, it's the engines. Hey, T-Man, thanks for showing up. And look at this bad boy, a triple switch track. Man, oh man, that'd have been awesome. Got your pipe loader, your crossover track there. You got your Maxwell House horn. Got your unloading dock right here. The cattle. Yeah, this was the primo set right here. This is the one that you begged mommy and daddy for. Look at all those accessories. 2 train set. Yeah, the chassis and the Durango. That'd have been awesome. And here we go. Here's your awesome track. If your parents had money, then you could beg them to get the train and the slot car track. And it did include the crossover piece that I did not have whenever I was younger. That's what I was talking about. So, and those pieces of track those things bring some good money now. There's a couple of companies that actually still make HO tracks, Mayor. I just can't think of them right off the bat. I know Hobby Lobby carries one of them. Can't remember the name of it right off the tip of my tongue. And look at this bad boy. If you were into trains, holy schmoly. Look at that. See, there's the layout I was talking about, the layout board. And then that's what they tell you, all the buildings, the track, the switches. And then that's what it would turn into. That would be badass as a kid, in my opinion. I don't know that you'd have the whole family sitting there watching them go around in circles and doing stuff, but maybe once or twice when you first got it set up. But if you were a kid, you could definitely, if you had an imagination, let it run wild with it's got all the accessories. It's got the buildings. It's got switch tracks, 3 of them. So yeah, that's a bad to the bone layout. And here we go with the accessories. Not a lot changed from the previous book that I can see, other than the Durango cattle car and truck. This one actually has some of the old buildings, and you can still occasionally find some of these new, unopened, ready to assemble. But more often than not, you're going to have to buy them after the fact. In other words, someone's already assembled them, and you're just going to have to hope that it's still in decent shape. As a kid, I did have that, and I did have that, but that was it. But this would help you do the whole shebang. Look at some of those engines there. Yeah. See, like I've never even seen that one before. Never even seen that one before. Seen that. Yeah, there's that green one again. I haven't seen any of those. So yeah, there's a lot of trains I have just not even seen for sale. And I do go through them whenever I try to find. The trolleys are another thing that's really expensive. My hobby shop actually had the train display, but they never had a chassis, so I could never beg or borrow. I always had to show my parents the pictures. Oh, nice, Timothy. Thanks for showing up, man. Yeah, this is just a little trip down memory lane. We're in 1977. Yeah, 77 right now. So we're going to see how the book evolves. I don't think I remember seeing the Sanka. I think that's what that one is. Yep, Sanka. Morton Salt. Baby Ruth. Purina. Jello. They almost had me going there for a minute. I almost thought it was a Mountain Dew, but it's Canada Dry. You guys remember those old nasty dots from back in the day? And looky there, Old Spice. Braxo. Man, there's some companies I haven't seen there in forever. Sara Lee. That's crazy. Ooh, dots, yes. Those are nasty, like I said. I wasn't a fan of them. I know some people liked them, but Scott wasn't a fan. All right, here we go. Now more up my alley, more slot carish. Let's see here. I've got all of those. I don't have that one, or those two, or that one. So yeah, but I do have the Rough Rider. No, I don't have that one. I got that one. Sorry. So yeah, this whole row right here, there's 6 of them I don't have, but I got those 2. Got that. Got that. Yeah, I have all these others except for these right here. Those 6. Those are pretty expensive 6 to have right there. And out of all of those 6, I would say that the Rough Rider is the most expensive, and then it'd be a battle between the Bel Airs and the Nomads, and then the cop car, or the Fire Chief, sorry. And at least this year, they didn't release a figure 8. They actually modified it and put an extra straightaway in it. And look, they brag about being going over and under. Ooh. There's There's the old start and finish line, depending on which side of the gantry you were on, depending on which way you read it, start or finish. A little different than the double figure eight like this. Probably less track. Oh, here we go. The big bad night glow. I do have this race set. If you watched me go through my track sets, I showed this one off, and I do have these cars, and it came with it, and it still has a lot of the night glow stickers still on the original sticker board. And believe it or not, when I got the cars, they both still lit up. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, there you go. As seen on TV. I was getting ready to say, I love watching these commercials and watching them race at night and thinking how cool that was. In theory, it's cool. In reality, not so much. But it's really cool to try, at least with a little bit of light, not completely dark. The loops that Brian with PTT loves so much, he wishes every slot car track had loops in it. I heard him talking about that the other day. And if anybody knows that episode that I'm talking about, you know that's I'm poking him because he hates the loops. And then, just in case you were wondering, those were actually metal. That's not a chrome cover. They're metal. So. Oh, nice, Joey. Yeah, they're gimmicks, but they get people excited, and they're great for commercials. Ooh, look at the Thunder Loop, and then shows the car going upside down. And what they don't show you is if you don't go fast enough, you fall. And if you go too fast, you wipe out on the next corner. So, yeah, commercials can make anything look good. There's the old motor roar, which is cool for about 3 laps. This is actually, I guess, when they upgraded to the plug-in style, which is nice. Yep. Plug-in plungers. Yep. I had wire on mine whenever I was younger. That had a lap counter. I had a lot of track. Championship 1000. So I'm guessing that's the big track for the year. The cat getting stuck in the loop and tearing it apart. Now, see, another 4-lane, and then they decided to make last year's 4-lane track night glow. So that's what I think is cool about going from one year to the next year. They took the very same track set we just saw from the 75, 76 catalog, and all they did was add lighted cars, their glow-in-the-dark guardrails, and some glow stickers, and they changed the name of the set and created a new one. All with still using the same layout, the same track pieces, the same controllers, same everything. And look, you could actually buy those awesome loops separately if you wanted to. Awesome bank corners. Lead. It was packed really well. So there we have it. There's the TYCO book from 1977. And if you missed the beginning of the show, regrettably, I do not have 1978, but I do have 1979. So let's open this bad boy up. This one was pretty thick. It may take us a little bit to get through this bad boy. This one may be the last one of the night because the 1980 is pretty thick too. I only try to go an hour. So obviously TYCO was more into the trains than they were the slot cars and their books. because if you've noticed, every single one of their books starts with the trains. And if you also remember, I mentioned earlier that I still have my original Clementine train track set, and there it is. It came with, in fact, those little gold, what they call gold balls or what, gold gems or whatever. It's still, I didn't get them out. They're still in the original sealed package. So there's my train set that I was talking about. Mine didn't come with this. It came with the dump car. I didn't get the cool little belt loader. So I guess there's a cheaper version of this one somewhere in here. There we go. And there's the Silver Streak. I've got one of those, but I don't have a Burlington. I don't have whatever that one is. So that's pretty cool. So I know my train track came out in 1979. That's in Topeka, Santa Fe. There's a different version of the Burlington Northern. There's the diesel freight, the Midnight Special. Yeah. The Mountain Express. Yeah. Once again, this one, if you find it, it usually brings pretty good money. So if you can find it cheap, get it. And if you're not into trains, turn around and sell it to somebody that is. There's the old Rock Island again, the Silver Streak again. I've got that, but mine doesn't have all the glow in the dark stuff all over it. Not really anything special. This is your classic figure 8 track. Hey, Barry. And here's my Clementine track. Yeah, it made me mad it didn't come with the little belt thingy. All I got was this and this. Or maybe it did and I just don't remember it. Or I lost it or broke it. You know, it's what? 47 years ago. So, and my engine did smoke and I still have it, the original box that it came in the set, that box right there with the styrofoam. And if you'll notice right there, that's the oil. And mine still has about half of it left, which is amazing. And if you missed it, like I said, I do have those little gems or whatever still in the package. So I have this train set. I do wish I owned that one, and I wish I owned this one here. Back in the day, I really could care less about the passenger trains. I wanted the cool stuff. And now, wouldn't you know it, this is the stuff that brings the good money, is the passenger train stuff. Another smoky old engine, the Chattanooga Classic, got the Baby Ruth. It's got the little train engine horn. Here we got our first switch track oval. Good old Oscar Mayer. Good old Texaco. Oh, nice, B-Rad. Hey, Timothy. Thanks for showing up, man. Look at that mega layout. So you got a double switch oval and a triple switch oval. That's bad to the bone. Yeah, there it is. Your TYCO System 200. Look at all the nice little accessories that it comes with. Yeah. I've got this one too. That's the mail truck, in case you guys didn't know. That's the little guys actually, it moves back and forth and it punches out little boxes out into this little hopper area right here. So it's mechanical. It's pretty cool. Here now we're talking train and race. They did it with the Night Glow track set this time. We've already seen that little layout again. Like I said, I always wanted one of those with the switch track and all the buildings and everything. Got some more of the accessories there. I do have the spotlight. I did get that. I don't have that yet. Still trying to get one. I haven't been trying to get anything since I've been trying to get the Mustang running, but I will try to get one of these days. I've got a couple of these boom cars right here. And one of them's actually got the spotlight on it. Yeah, like that right there. I got a couple of those with different rail lines with it. I do have the truck depot drop off. I do have that. Yeah, you already know I got both of those. And I got both the bridges. And I do have the Maxwell house. I know Paul's got it on his layout. There's that same building I told you I had whenever I was a kid, whenever I was younger. I got that bad boy. I'd like to have that, obviously. I'd like to have the Exxon gas station. Once again, pricey. Yeah, well, Maxwell House probably said we'll give you a discount on the licensing if you put it in all of your train sets. And once again, all the engines, the power torque motors. And I don't know if you guys have ever played with TYCO trains, but they can pull a lot of cars. With my experience. I don't know about what Kent and Paul would say, but in my experience, they did pull a bunch. Yeah, good to the last drop. Isn't that what Maxwell House was? I thought that was them. I always wanted this Conrail train too because it was blue. I liked it. There's that midnight special again. The chassis. Like I said, if you can find these passenger train engines with those electrical connectors on the top, they don't really work. They're just the deco. But if you can find them, they're good money. You have a surprise for me? Well, I'm always down for surprises, Mayor. They secretly switched it. I remember that. Isn't that kind of like what they did with the Coke and Pepsi back in the day, and they had the Pepsi challenge? No way, Mayor. Wow. Thank you, man. Well, guys, so we'll have another story time. We're not done yet. We're going to go through this book. But just so you know, Mayor just said he's sending me the 78 version. So we'll go through the 78 and the 80 whenever I get that. And you can see it's pretty thick. It's like this one here. So thank you, Mayor, man. That's awesome. And here we go, the Hustler. Too bad Rich isn't here. He could tell you, but those two cars are very pricey. That one there brings a lot of money. These two are set-only cars, and they actually had their own set, and they came out with 7, 8, and 9, and there were two of the Ferrari 512s. They actually glowed in the dark, and they're pretty pricey. And it came with the battery-powered. Yep, see, that's a battery power pack right there. It didn't plug in. Came with dice and a deck of cards. Yeah, a pack of Lucky Strikes. Oh, here you go. We got the awesome TYCO corkscrew going on. We got the awesome loop that nobody likes. Yep. A lot of going on this track. Look at all the cars it came with. Damn. That's a 2. That's not a 2. That the Trans Am. I do have all of these but the truck. There's 2 or 3 track sets there. Okay. That's why they have all the cars. Oh, wow, Mike. That's a good deal because I think that that car is like I know it's at least a 2. I thought it was a 1. It's a 2 or a 1, just right off the top of my head. There's our elongated figure 8 again. There's our double figure 8. Just 2-lane, and you notice now we've changed controllers. I thought I'd point that out. We've gone away from the plungers, and so it'll be interesting to see if it was 78 or if it was 79 like this book when they did that. Another one of the Night Glow. Hey, Fox and Walls. Another one of the Night Glow. We got double loops over here. Oh, and look, the double loop. Oh, and the Daredevil jump. Right there. Yeah, buddy. Good luck getting curve huggers to land back on there. Just saying. As seen on TV. Yeah. More of the night glow. Look at that. Super double looper. You know, I got a couple of those cars on my wall. 4 of them. They're 4 set only versions. That thing's huge. That's a lot of track. Get that up there and see what it says. 37 pounds. Better pray that thing had free shipping, because if with the way the postal service charges by the pound, you couldn't afford to pay it. Try to get those loops on a routed track. Yeah, Mayor. See what you're missing out on with your routed track, you and everybody else. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Mayor. So, yeah, the mayor just confirmed that these started in 79 because the 78 catalog still had the plunger style. So it's kind of cool knowing what year that everything got changed. Here's our classic 4-lane track again. They didn't change anything. Nothing. It's the very same one. Night glow 4-lane racing. Obviously, our accessories again. Here we go. Here's the good stuff. So that chaparral brings some good money. That Porsche brings good money. Oh, this whole section, right? Well, from here to here brings really good money. Very rarely see that car ever for sale, but when you do, it brings good money. There's another one of those rare McLarens right there. That one's another one of those chaparrals is pretty pricey. Yeah, there's some pretty pricey cars on there. I got a lot of them, but I don't have the ones I pointed out like that. I've got that one, but I don't have that. I don't have the truck. I don't have a blue Trans Am. Don't have the Bug, the 57, or the truck. My cop car is busted up, so I don't really even count it. I don't have that diesel. But I think I've got the rest of them. I've got 2 of those. Uh-oh, here we go. The track nobody wanted. They made it look so cool on TV, but in real life, it just sucks. And if you're saying to yourself, Scott, how can it suck? You get to drive your car and pick your lane. Hey, Bob, I was talking about you earlier. Thank you for sending me that email with the clip with Paul crashing. Appreciate that, man. I was giving him crap about it the other night on the show. The Big D Raceway. Yeah. So in case you're wondering why people are down on this, if you've never played with one, it's because whoever thought those little itty bitty front tires could hold and steer a slot car was on crack. In fact, how those worked is it swapped the it kicked the voltage so that it whenever you switched the lanes, it would turn the wheels, but it wasn't the wheels really turning the car. It was the electric shock of the lane getting swapped that did it. So, yeah, they always run on the outside rail. Always. You just pulled it to the outside. Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at. So, great theory, bad execution. More of the night glow. Yeah, see, like this right here, you might as well just forget about that inner lane as soon as you start, because the only thing you're going to be riding on is the outside the whole time. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's it right there. Yeah, he does. Dude, good call. Polarity switch the track. Yes, Dennis. Yep. And there we go. They're big on it. I mean, they're spending. They thought this was the next big thing because it allowed people to actually drive their cars not in a slot. Once again, whoever thought those little itty bitty front tires would be able to control a car on a open track just never played with a slot car. I'm sorry. Look at the size of these layouts. I mean, these things are huge. And I believe you can get a hold of Brian at Pro Tinker, and I believe he still has some of these slotless tracks for sale that you can buy. Look at the command control racing. Look at all those cars. And I have never seen that one right there, that Porsche. I have seen the van. It goes for good money. That van goes for good money. That's a pretty rare van. I think that's a 1 or a 2. Someone that's got their book out could confirm it. But yeah, and that Camaro, I've never even seen it for sale. So yeah, that truck usually brings good money. The van brings good money. I've never even seen that van for sale. Never seen that. I've seen the Carrera, but I haven't been able to afford to buy it. They get pretty pricey because they didn't sell a lot of these sets, and they went back as returns as non-sellables, and then they sold them to distributors, and then nobody wanted them there either. So the yellow vet right there. Yep, no, I haven't seen that one yet either, dude. Good call. I've only seen that van for sale one time, and it brought over $100. I've never seen the Porsche 935, and I've never seen that Carrera. But that doesn't mean they're not out there. It just means I haven't seen them. And there it is. Little Smashing Pumpkins from 1979. So if you missed it, the mayor is graciously gifting me, it sounds like, the 1978 TYCO book. And so whenever I get the 1978 TYCO book, we'll have another Scott Story Hour. And we'll go through 80 and 79 and 80 on it. And then next Monday night, remember, I've got parts ordered for us to do Brad's, B-Rad's a box of cars that he gave me with parts. We're going to get those things running and try to assemble maybe one of the grandstands or the garage that Luke or Todd with Toju Racing gave me. So we've got we've got the next 2 Mondays figured out for sure. I'm trying to do stuff on the Monday shows that I don't always, get to do, stuff that I'd like to do. So the members from this last Saturday night actually picked tonight's show, and they also picked next Monday night's show. So, like I said, that it's your guys' show and channel. I just bring us all together, and you guys tell me what you want to see and what you want to do. But that was an awesome trip down memory lane. I have fun doing that stuff. I hope you guys have as much fun as I do seeing the cars from back in the day, the displays, the trains, the commercials, the flashback of seeing all those commercials from watching Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. Like I said, a lot about this hobby is nostalgia. It's not always about racing a car and going really fast. It's also about, your childhood memories, and going through those books was a lot of childhood memories. So it's bringing a smile to my face, if you can't tell. So hopefully it brought a smile to your face as well. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the one that the mayor sends out, and we go through 1980, and then we can see the progression on the plungers to the triggers, and get an idea of some of the accessories that maybe got added in on the train side and on the slot car side, because we actually got to see when they actually released the command control. And we got to see when they actually started doing the plugins instead of stripping the wires. So it was like a trip down memory lane to get to see the evolution of the TYCO slot car tracks and trains and stuff like that. So that's really cool to me. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow night, we have Bobby through Electric Avenue with the HO Virtual Racing Association. Paul is kicking ass and taking names, maybe giving him a hard time about his cat jumping on the track and knocking over train box cars whenever he's doing his racing. But he's lighting some sparks and melting some plastic. So stop by Bob's tomorrow night and check out and see if someone can knock Paul off the points lead. Then Wednesday night, we have my buddy Adam, and he has got some more awesome deals for you guys. If you want some new Auto Worlds, occasionally some new TYCOs, occasionally some new AFX cars at some prices you're not going to be anywhere on the internet, be sure and stop by and see my buddy Adam, Adam Hurt, the original Adam Hurt with Brianna and Alex. Then on Thursday night, we've got ProTinkerToys.com. He's got his race night and auction night. And then about 6 o'clock or 6:30-ish, Kenton with Slot Cars and HO Trains hops on with Pimp Your Layout. So if you've ever wanted to show off your stuff, but you didn't want to start a YouTube channel and deal with all the cameras and all that stuff, perfect way just to grab your phone, hit the link on his StreamYard, and show off what you got. I know I have it on in the background, and I always get to see stuff that like this last week, Paul added the other switch lane on his track, and he was showing off some of his larger scale cars, his HO cars. And like I said, several people I've been introduced to that have awesome layouts that it's just great that they share. So if you've got something you want to share without starting a channel, be sure and stop by Kenton's. On Friday night, we have my buddy Rich with Slot Cars and Cold Snacks, or Cold Snacks and Slot Cars. He kind of changes the name up all the time. But bottom line is, Rich's Slot Car Room is on Friday nights. It's for your more adult-oriented type conversations. You can pretty much anything goes on there to a point. So it's a really good time if you want to be non-PC, so to speak. If you've got some good jokes to tell in the chat, that's always a good time. I know John and several others hit Rich up with some good jokes. I know last Friday night, I was the butt of some jokes, and I've yet to go by and see who the persons were that were making those jokes about me. But this week, I plan on trying to have my phone on me. So this time, as a moderator, I can control any outbursts of making fun of Scott. I'm kidding. It was funny just watching Rich laugh at what you guys were putting in the chat. And I still don't know what he was laughing about. But I did hear somebody saying about going on dates with women every night. And I know that's not true, but I like the way somebody thinks that me having the money and or women wanting to go out with me. Either way, it's still a good idea or a good plan for me. But anyway, and then that brings us back to Saturday night with Slot Car Saturday Night Live. We're just doing the 5-car auctions. We have our 60-80 giveaway. We actually gave away, we got over 80. I think we got up to like 87, almost to the 90. But we did get our bonus car given away. Devin, Captain Fishtail, won that car. And I got a hold with Mark's Slot Car Garage. And he's got his red Mustang, a Rest Me Med Mustang, heading his way. So thank you for Devin for the generosity of giving Mark an awesome Auto World car. And thank you for letting it be a Mustang. So double whammy on him. I appreciate that. So we have several people that do stuff throughout the week, like BS Slot Cars. Randy makes videos. G-Buzz Custom and Speed Shop does videos. The mayor has been keeping us up to date on his routed track. I'm sorry, routed track, because he's so bourgeois. And he's asking, and now he's not eating French's mustard anymore. He's using Grey Poupon. So he's already moving up. But he's still one of our buddies. So stop by and check out the mayor and check out all of the upgrades that he's got going on with his table. He's turned into a carpenter. I gave him some good advice. Measure twice, cut once. And if you watch his video, you'll understand, because he didn't even know how big his track was. So stop by and check out the progress with the mayor. And then, like I said, if you're not done with Slot Cars tonight and you're not watching the football game like Rich and some of the other people are, be sure and go by and stop by and check out my buddy Todd with Toju Racing. It's metal, and it's the Monday Ramble. So, guys, like I said, I had fun tonight. I hope the rest of you guys have a great rest of the week. I will see you tomorrow night at the Electric Avenue to watch some badass racing. You guys take care. Have a good week. And I will see you on Friday night in the chat on Rich's Slot Car Room. I got to make sure people don't keep making fun of me every week. So you guys take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.